I've spent over $8,000 to race a half Ironman, complete a sub 4-hour marathon, and run my 7-figure company. Quite frankly, I don't use 99% of the equipment that I've spent money on. So I thought, what would be the smartest way to spend $1,000 into biohacking equipment? Here, you'll be able to see our full Amazon shopping cart, and the link is down below for you to check out at any time if you're curious about any of the gear that I'm going to select and walk you through. We actually have quite a little bit of room, so there's something special at the end that not a lot of people are doing that has by far been the smartest money that I've spent, and I'll share that at the end. But let's kick things off with the first item, which is a Garmin Forerunner 265. It's currently the watch on my wrist, and this is by far the biggest bang for your buck that you can get in terms of a return on your health, simply because Whoop, Apple Watch, Coros, and a ton of other companies do aspects of what Garmin does overall really well, which is software, integration, usability. This watch is very easy to use. It gives me everything I need in a really clear and formatted way. My heart rate, my sleep score, my steps, my training, and it integrates with my training system too. So if I program a run to do for myself, it will come up on the watch and it will yell at me, which is something that Whoop and Apple don't really do at all, which is an amazing feature of the Garmin. And overall, just by first-hand trying a lot of the fitness wearables and devices, they're just not very good. If that's the build quality, the software integration, it's not what you want to see out of something that you're going to wear every single day. And Garmin just does a really good job at streamlining that in one place and turning your data that's coming in from your body with your heart rate and your breathing into something usable that you can immediately integrate into your performance or into your health. So that is by far the smartest lever. Another cool tip is if I have a route program, so if I'm running somewhere or if I'm biking somewhere, the Garmin will actually yell at me and it will tell me, hey, take this left turn in 10 meters or take that next right turn in 2 kilometers, which is really useful. So it eliminates a lot of things that I necessarily would need, like Google Maps, heart rate tracking, software. Don't need to pay extra for software, it just comes standard as well. The next item is by far going to be one of the things that's going to rekindle the entire composition of the body while changing the way that we've been accustomed to walking in our day and age, and that's a barefoot shoe. And the reason why a barefoot shoe is so powerful in terms of your biohacking endeavors and journey is because up until 200, 300 years ago, our feet were as free as our hands. Right? My hand can move in any direction. It can grab, it can hold, it can stretch. And it's something that we use on a day-to-day basis to interact with the world around us, with our laptop, with this camera, with my watch, with how I'm consuming things. And funny enough, our feet are designed in the exact same way and how they interact with the earth. And by not being in barefoot shoes, we're inhibiting that whole aspect of our geometry. So our core stability, our center of mass, our running form, our strength, our sturdiness. And by not paying attention to those things, we're actually onsetting a lot of problems that come up as we age, but also just come up on a day-to-day basis as we're walking all the time. And barefoot shoes offset a lot of those things, and they help me come out of a 18-year journey where I was in active physiotherapy, and they rebuilt my strength and my foundations on my right foot. So by far, these are so far the 2 biggest levers that I wouldn't think twice about spending money on in terms of my biohacking journey. Now, a lot of people have supplement containers, but a supplement organizer is by far way better because it's way easier to use on a day-to-day basis. You pop the lid and then you just douse the supplements in your hand, and you refill it way less. You probably refill it once every 2 weeks or once a month, which is a lot easier than having to refill your supplement container every week. So you're spending less time getting an input out of being healthy. And whenever you can do that, that's a decision that you want to make every single time, because then it's not requiring more of your energy to, in theory, get healthier, which is the highest lever for how to biohack or how to increase your productivity or just how to be smarter about healthy. It's about what actions and decisions can I make that don't necessarily require my energy, but still get me healthier. And that's exactly what the pill organizer or supplement dispenser does. Finally, or close to finally, we have a couple more, but a water filtration system. This one is plastic by Scentivia. They just came out with a glass one, but it's not on Amazon, and I wanted to consolidate it. So I have the plastic one, and personally, the reason why I don't really care that it's not glass is because of the ceramic filter. So the ceramic filter and the multi-step filtration of how, again, think back to 200,000, 100,000 years ago, throughout our entire evolution, where were we consuming water from? Well, we were probably boiling it or getting it from a main source. Never in history was water doused in these giant pipes that run up a giant tall building, and water is not leached with heavy metals or bleach or fluoride or all these things. So we're trying to get back to the point where we're consuming what nature intended and we're purifying our water as much as we can. There's a lot of other systems like a reverse osmosis system and some other models that are great, but they don't really fall within that full holistic $1,000 spend bubble, whereas the Scentivia does. And another thing is the refill quality. So this holds around, I think it's 3 gallons, if I'm not mistaken. It should say somewhere here, but you can look at that item weight, whatever. Yeah, like 3 liters or 3 gallons. It holds a lot of water. And the reason why this is so useful is because you don't need to refill it that often, just like the supplement container. And it gives you everything that you're looking for out of a solid water filtration system. And the ceramic pre-filter, there's a nice diagram where I just showcased it. The ceramic pre-filter filters rust, sediment, and microplastics. And then the fluoride filter filters fluoride, chlorine, heavy metals, and agricultural contaminants from the water. And then I put some rocks at the bottom of mine to remineralize the water, so balance out the pH, while also releasing trace minerals into the water. Because spring water runs through rocks, and as it's running through rocks, it's picking up all those trace minerals that we're missing in our day-to-day bleached, cleansed, and not high mineral density tap water that we're currently seeing. We have a foam roller set, high density foam roller, a massage band, some massage balls. This one's really cheap. It's a great lever because you can just throw one of these balls. I have one right down there, and I just stretch and roll my foot out on it to just, again, reactivate the kinetics of my feet. If they're, when they were once squished in shoes, now I'm in barefoot shoes, so it's easier to get a feel for the foot, the way the foot grooves, and to iron out any tension points. And just putting these things in high traffic areas like your living room or in your office is going to incentivize the brain to stretch, which by far is one of the biggest hexes towards aging in the wrong direction or getting back pain or knee pain or debilitation as you continue to progress in age. And it's a non-negotiable for warming up and recovering and treating muscle soreness properly as its own separate entity that needs to be refortified over time. The last thing before I show you the super secret sauce is some glass meal prep containers. We eat food on a day-to-day basis. We have no choice. It's how we fuel ourselves. And storing food in plastic containers primarily is going to leach microplastics into the food. And although, science and technology isn't at the point where we can do a scan and exactly identify how many microplastics sit within us, we do know that they are endocrine disruptors and that they cause problems to the body. And we want to limit how much time is being, how many microplastics are being put into the body, essentially. So what are we at currently? So we're at $653. This is a video set to be at the $1,000 mark. So I'm going to show you the smartest way how you're going to spend that last little bit. And I'll actually grab the camera and I'm here just to give you more of an inside look as to the process. Got some beautiful meat. We're creating some potatoes, and Chef Joao is cooking up all this for us. We also did a lot of the shopping today. So got all the ingredients that we need to create all the meals. And this is something that we handle and that we do. And super excited to try out the food. I've been fasted all day. So if you are interested in getting something like this set up where someone comes in your home, prepares all the food for you, does all the shopping, does all the laundry, takes care of the entire house while you literally sit and you grind all day with your little whiteboard, hit us up. You can hit me up on Instagram or just check out our website, optimobility.com. That's where all of our things are showcased. And on top of that, if you're looking for some other first-hand examples of, if you're interested about what kind of meals what kind of meals we make and where we have this based out of, you can also always hop into my LinkedIn. And this is exactly where, I showcase the beautiful meals that are being orchestrated around the world. There's Toronto and Ontario. And then, there's our RMT Harsh, that we also do that. So we'll send over an RMT to complement the meals if you ever need an in-home massage. And there's Chef Joao serving me the other week, and just a ton more meals. These are some other meals in Vancouver that we've made. Here are our meals in Scottsdale and in Toronto, and then some more meals and some more space, clean up photos and videos. So all the social proof and everything that you need is online. You can easily find it. Search up Optimobility or my name, and then you'll have access to all that.